Yes, dear students, listen carefully. The 11th class or first PUC organic chemistry. The important chapter is hydrocarbons. Okay, dear students. So in this hydrocarbons chapter, there are four parts are present: alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, and aromatic compounds are benzene. Aromatic compounds are benzene. These four parts are very important. From this chapter, one or two questions compulsory they are asking in every year NEET and JEE as well as in CET or MCET examination. Okay, dear students. So from this hydrocarbons chapter, first we will discuss about that alkanes. Alkanes means what is the meaning of alkanes, dear students? Alkanes means carbon and carbon single bond containing compounds are called as alkanes, and its general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Those are called as alkanes. So in alkanes, N is equals to 1 means the simplest alkane is CH4, methane. N is equals to 2 means ethane. N is equals to 3 means propane. N is equals to 4 means butane, N-butane. Okay, like that, N is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, alkanes will be present. So the alkane general formula is equals to CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. This also we can represent it like RH, where R is equals to alkyl group, dear students. That alkyl group. So that R is nothing but okay, dear students. R is alkyl group. So that R is nothing but CnH2n plus 1. CnH2n plus 1. Just we are keeping hydrogen separately. Then that's why it's represented. That CnH2n plus 2 is also represented like RH. It indicates the alkane. So alkanes, the carbon atom is surrounded by the 4 single bonds. In alkanes, each carbon atom is surrounded by the 4 single bonds. That's why in alkanes, each carbon hybridization is sp3 hybridization, and the bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Okay, dear students, 109 degrees 28 minutes. This is about that introduction related to alkanes. Alkanes, from this chapter, we need to discuss about that mainly important preparation methods and chemical properties of alkanes. And alkanes exhibits isomerism, especially the alkanes exhibits chain isomerism as well as conformational isomerism. Conformational isomerism in alkanes is very important. So that chain isomerism or structural isomerism as well as stereoisomerism and everything we'll discuss separately in isomerism concept, dear students. So now we'll discuss about the preparation methods of alkanes. Let's see that first preparation methods of alkanes is from hydrocarbons, means that hydrocarbons, alkenes and alkynes, means unsaturated hydrocarbons. So alkenes and alkynes, how they are converted into alkanes, how they are converted, dear students, by the addition of hydrogen. By the addition of hydrogen, we are getting alkanes. So just you have to add hydrogen. So that addition of hydrogen to the unsaturated hydrocarbons, either alkenes or alkynes, to forms alkanes, So this addition of hydrogen required catalyst. If the catalyst physical state as well as hydrocarbons physical state both are in different phases, then it is called as heterogeneous catalysis reactions. If they are in the same phase, then it is called as homogeneous catalysis reactions. Okay, dear students, I think types of catalysis reactions we are learned in surface chemistry in second year. Okay, so now that addition of hydrogen to the alkenes or alkynes in the presence of catalyst. So what kind of catalyst we are using? And this addition of hydrogen to the alkenes, say the double bond or triple bond, that for example, you have to imagine that this is the double bond, dear students. At the double bond, both hydrogen atoms are added around the double bonded carbon, sp2 carbons in the same side. That's why it is called as a syn addition or cis addition. And the syn addition or cis addition takes place through a transition state mechanism. Transition state mechanism will form TS. Okay, it is a syn or a cis addition. Now we need to discuss about what are the important catalysts we are using for the hydrogenation of alkenes. So the important catalysts are platinum, palladium, platinum, and platinum oxide, PtO2. That platinum oxide is known as Adams catalyst, dear students. If nickel is also we are using for the hydrogenation of alkenes. Okay, dear students, another important catalyst is triphenyl, triphenyl phosphine rhodium chloride is also known as Wilkinson catalyst. This Wilkinson catalyst is a homogeneous catalysis reaction. So that Wilkinson catalyst will help to hydrogenation of alkenes or alkynes into alkane, the corresponding alkanes. Okay, dear students, when that nickel catalyst we are used in the chemical reaction by the addition of hydrogen to the alkenes, that reaction name is called as Sabatier-Sanderson reaction. Sabatier-Sanderson reaction. Okay, dear student, that reaction is known as a Sabatier-Sanderson reaction. And if the nickel catalyst we are used for the hydrogenation of alkanes, it requires high temperature, around 300 degrees Celsius temperature is required, dear students. Whereas platinum or palladium catalyst we are used, that hydrogenation reaction is takes place at room temperature only. The room temperature is nothing but 25 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, dear students, and this hydrogenation of alkenes is always exothermic reactions, and that released energy is known as heat of hydrogenation, and delta H is a negative. So the heat of hydrogenation means the amount of heat released by the addition of hydrogens to the alkenes is known as a heat of hydrogenation. So that heat of hydrogenation is always directly proportional to reactivity of alkenes and inversely proportional to stability of alkenes. So that stability of alkenes we are explained based on hyperconjugation structures. Number of hyperconjugation structures is also directly proportional to hyperconjugation structures. HC. Number of hyperconjugation structures increases, then the stability of alkenes will be increases, and reactivity of alkenes will be decreases, and heat of hydrogenation will be decreases. Let's see, dear students, the heat of hydrogenation order or reactivity order, whatever it may be, or reactivity order of alkenes. So different types of alkenes are present, that is ethene and monosubstituted alkenes, disubstituted alkenes, trisubstituted alkenes, and tetrasubstituted alkenes. Like that, different types of alkenes are present. Among the tetrasubstituted alkenes are more stable because of it they contains more number of hyperconjugation structures when compared to trisubstituted, when compared to disubstituted, and then monosubstituted. That's why among that, for heat of hydrogenation is more reactive alkene is ethene. CH2 double bond CH2, it is a more reactive, and then monosubstituted, monosubstituted alkene is propene or prop-1-ene. Okay, dear students, monosubstituted alkene. Next, disubstituted alkene. The disubstituted alkenes like butene. The butene exhibits two types of geometrical isomers. One is a cis geometrical isomer. The second one is a trans geometrical isomer. Cis and trans, dear students. So among that cis and trans, always trans is more stable than cis geometrical isomer. It is very clear. Why? Means the methyl groups are very far from each other, and the same groups are very far from each other. Then the stability will be more. The stability of trans alkenes is more when compared to cis alkenes because of steric crowding. That's why the cis butene is more reactive for the hydrogenation of alkenes when compared to trans. And then 2-methyl propene. 2-methyl propene. This is also disubstituted alkene only. These are all are disubstituted alkenes. Among the disubstituted alkenes, cis is more reactive than trans, and then 2-methyl propene, and then trisubstituted alkene, and then tetrasubstituted alkenes. Okay, dear student, this is about the heat of hydrogenation of alkenes order or reactivity order of alkenes. So the heat of hydrogenation is directly proportional to reactivity order of alkenes and is inversely proportional to stability of alkenes. The stability of alkenes is mainly depends on number of hyperconjugation structure. If number of hyperconjugation structures increases, then the stability of alkenes will be increases, then the heat of hydrogenation will be decreases. Okay, dear student, this is about preparation of alkenes, preparation of alkanes from alkenes. Alkanes from alkenes. Let's see, dear students, some common examples, and I will discuss about that stereochemistry also. Let's see, dear students, for example, ethene is present. Just you have to add a H2 in the presence of catalyst, either nickel or platinum or palladium. Okay. Then another important reagent also, diimine, NH2 double bond, NH diimine, NH double bond, NH also we can use as a catalyst. Then it produces to CH3 single bond CH3, alkane will forms. Okay, dear students. So this hydrogenation, addition of hydrogen, it is a cis addition reaction. Syn or cis addition. Syn or cis addition, I said. Okay, dear students. Now we'll discuss about that. When the alkene has cis and trans geometrical isomers are present, the cis alkene and cis addition, then what kind of product will form? If trans alkene and cis addition, then gives what kind of alkene is the product that we will discuss, dear students. This is very, very important. Okay, let's see, dear students, for example, 1,2 dibromo butene is a cis geometrical isomer because the two bromine groups are in the same side, just we are adding hydrogen. Okay, in the presence of catalyst. Now it is a syn or cis addition. Syn or cis addition. Okay, dear student, this cis and syn addition and produce meso compound So the meso compound means the same groups are in the same side. The added hydrogens are in the same side and bromines are in the same side. Then it is called as a meso compound. The product isomerism is meso. If it is a trans, okay, dear students, let's see that it is a trans isomer, then just we are adding hydrogen, then it is produce a mixture of products, that is racemic mixture will form. Let's see, the racemic mixture means active compounds will form, that is one side bromine, another side hydrogen and bromine and CH3 will forms, and you have to draw this mirror image. Bromine H Br and CH3. This is called racemic mixture. Okay, dear student, then it is trans. So you have to remember, dear students, cis alkene plus cis reagent, syn or cis addition, and produce meso. Okay, and trans alkene plus cis addition or syn addition and produce racemic mixture. For example, reverse. The reverse is nothing but cis plus cis addition or trans plus trans addition. Okay, dear students, and produce meso compounds. And opposite cis alkene plus trans reagent and trans alkene plus cis reagent or cis addition and produce racemic mixture. Racemic mixture. Okay, dear students, is very important. This kind of questions are especially they are asking in JEE and NEET examination. JEE and NEET examination. Okay, dear students. So from alkenes, just we are adding H2. Then they are converted into the double bond is converted into single bond. So the hybridization is changing by the during this addition of H2. The hybridization of alkenes is sp2. And that sp2 carbons are converted into sp3 carbons. Okay, this kind of questions also they are asking in objective examination. So the hybridization is changing and double bond is converted into single bonds. And whenever the alkene has geometrical isomerism, cis and the addition of hydrogen is also cis manner only, the syn or cis addition, then the resultant product is meso. If the alkene is a trans form and the hydrogen we are adding in the cis manner and the resultant product is racemic mixture, enantiomeric mixture will form. So one is D form, another one is a L form. Both are in 50%, 50 and 50% is present. Then it is called as a racemic mixture. So then it is called as a racemic mixture. Okay, dear students, and let's go for alkynes. So from alkynes are converted into alkanes by the addition of hydrogen. So let's you have to take any alkyne, ethyne. So just first you have to add 1 mole of H2 in the presence of catalyst, any catalyst, either nickel, platinum or palladium or Wilkinson catalyst or diamine, like 1 mole just you are adding, then it is converted into first alkene. CH2 double bond CH2 is on further addition, then it is converted into alkane. Okay, so 2 moles. So directly you want to convert it into means that alkynes on addition of 2 moles of H2 in the presence of catalyst to produce alkanes. Okay, dear students. So alkynes also unsaturated hydrocarbons. By the addition of hydrogen, then that triple bond is converted into single bond. The triple bond is converted into single bond. So this is another important preparation method, dear students. So from alkenes we can also prepare alkanes. That is another important method is hydroboration followed by reduction. Hydroboration followed by reduction. Let's see, dear students, that preparation method. Hydroboration followed by reduction. So hydroboration means addition of BH3 or B2H6, whatever it may be, followed by, if followed by oxidation you did means we will get alcohols, followed by reduction you will get alkanes, followed by reduction. Okay, dear students. So for example, you have to take any alkene, CH2 double bond CH2, means here 1 B2H6 or BH3 need to require 3 moles of alkene and produce one intermediate. It is CH3 bond CH2 trialkyl borane, because the B2H6 will be added like this. Is a syn or cis addition, it is also, and here the hydrogen carries negative charge and boron carries partial positive charge. This hydrogen will be added at one carbon and BH2 group will be added at another carbon. Like the total hydrogens, like it will be added to the alkenes. Then finally 3 moles is involved. Then we'll get trialkyl borane. Trialkyl borane. Okay, dear student, this trialkyl borane, just you have to do reduction. The reducing agents is, the one is silver nitrate, In the presence of base, NaOH you have to use, or acetic acid or carboxylic acids. Any carboxylic acid you have to use. Then produce CH3 bond CH3 will get. Okay, dear students. Instead of this reducing agent reduction, if you are used H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, in the presence of base NaOH is oxidation, then the trialkyl borane is converted into alcohol, CH3 bond CH2OH. Okay, alcohols will get. Okay, dear students. For example, it is symmetrical alkene, then we'll get this terminal trialkyl borane will get. For example, unsymmetrical alkene is present, like CH3 bond CH double bond CH2. The unsymmetrical alkenes, the addition of BH3 takes place according to Markovnikov rule. What is Markovnikov rule, dear students? Hydrogen atoms are added at more hydrogens containing followed by according to anti-Markovnikov rule, AMA, anti-Markovnikov addition reaction, anti-Markovnikov addition rule. Just it is seems to be the product is seems to be anti-Markovnikov rule only, but the mechanism, if you are thinking, means hydrogen is negative and the boron carries positive charge, means it is Markovnikov addition only. So we know that in the Markovnikov addition reaction, the more electronegative atoms will be added at less hydrogens containing sp2 carbon, and more electropositive atoms will be added at more hydrogen atoms containing double bonded carbon. According to that, the boron, this hydrogen will be added at inside at less hydrogens containing double bonded carbon, and the boron carries partial positive charge. It will be added at more hydrogen atoms containing sp2 carbon, and we are getting like 3 moles we need to take. Then CH3 bond CH2 bond CH2 thrice trialkyl borane is on reduction, okay, dear students, is on reduction. The reducing agent is silver nitrate by NaOH or acetic acid. Then we'll get propane is the product, CH3 CH2 bond CH3 is on oxidation. In the presence of hydrogen peroxide and base, the product is propane 1 mole, propyl alcohol will get. Okay, dear students. So propane 1 mole, you want to propane 1 mole, that propane is converted into propane 1 mole means, so first you have to do hydroboration followed by oxidation in the presence of hydrogen peroxide and base, then propane 1 mole will get. Otherwise, for example, this prop 1-ene is unsymmetrical alkene, just you are adding water in acidic medium, then it is a Markovnikov addition rule or Markovnikov addition reaction, means it is electrophilic addition reaction. Then the product is CH3 CHOH, secondary alcohol is the product. Okay, dear students, propane 2 mole is the product. So you want to propane 1 mole means, so you have to add first BH3 followed by oxidation, or simply alkanes you want means BH3, addition of BH3 followed by reduction in the presence of acetic acid or silver nitrate and base, then we'll get corresponding alkanes. So from alkenes followed by hydroboration followed by reduction also will get alkanes. Okay, dear students. So this is the preparation of alkanes by using diborane or B2H6 or BH3. B2H6 or BH3, dear students. So these are the different methods for the preparation of alkanes from alkenes. Alkanes from alkenes. Okay, dear students. And let's go for another important preparation method, dear students. The another important preparation method of alkanes is from alkyl halides. From alkyl halides. Alkyl halide general representation is RX. Okay, dear students. So from this alkyl halides, we can easily prepare alkanes by using different methods. The first one is reduction of alkyl halides The second one is coupling reaction, reaction with metals. Alkyl halides reaction with the metals. That is called Wurtz reaction. That is called a Wurtz reaction. So first one is reduction. Reduction process. I will tell you. Reduction. So in this, alkyl halides are reduced by the production of nascent hydrogen atoms. Some of the reducing agents produces nascent hydrogen atoms, then that alkyl halides are converted into alkanes. So is on reduction, the alkyl halides is on reduction in the presence of nascent hydrogen atoms and produce RH. So what are the reducing agents? The reducing agents is, the important reducing agents are, the first one is the important reducing agents are zinc HCl and zinc acetic acid, and the third one is zinc metal in the presence of sodium hydroxide and ethyl alcohol C2H5OH. These all are reducing agents and produces nascent hydrogens. That nascent hydrogen reduces alkyl halides into alkanes. In this reduction, the metal transfer electrons to the alkyl halides. The metal transfer electrons to the alkyl halides and forms free radicals as intermediates, and forms free radicals as intermediate, dear students. Okay, and another important reducing agents are, lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride. Okay, and another one is triphenyl tin hydride. The triphenyl tin hydride. These three are hydride ion transfer reducing agents. These are electron transfer reducing agents. These are the hydride ions. Hydride ions transfer reducing agents. Okay, these reduces alkyl halides into corresponding alkanes. For example, LaH, lithium aluminum hydride. This shortcutly we can write as LaH. Lithium aluminum hydride can able to reduce as primary alkyl halide. Primary alkyl halide means the alkyl group is primary carbon, can able to convert it into RH, and secondary alkyl halides. Secondary alkyl halides also converted into RH. For example, primary alkyl halide example I will give you, dear students. For example, CH3, CH2, Cl is converted into CH3 bond CH3, and secondary alkyl halide, the halogen is attached to secondary carbon, is called as a secondary alkyl halide. This is a secondary alkyl halide. Okay, then it is converted into CH3 bond CH2 bond CH3, and the primary alkyl halide is present, CH3 bond Cl bond CH3 bond CH3. This is called tertiary alkyl halide. Okay, this tertiary alkyl halides, LaH cannot reduces into alkanes. Okay, alkanes cannot form, but they are converted into alkenes. So in this case, it undergoes elimination reaction. It undergoes elimination reaction. The product is 2-methyl propene is the product. Elimination will take place. So the tertiary alkyl halides cannot be reduced by LaH. Now come to the point about NaBH4, sodium borohydride. So the NaBH4, primary alkyl halides, no reaction. Okay, dear students. But secondary alkyl halides converted into alkanes, and tertiary alkyl halides also converted into alkanes. Okay, so the NaBH4 sodium borohydride is less reactive when compared to lithium aluminum hydride. So the lithium aluminum hydride is a strong reducing agent and it is more reactive, and it immediately react with primary alkyl halides and secondary alkyl halides converted into corresponding alkanes. But tertiary alkyl halide is present, it cannot be converted into alkane, it can be converted into alkene, undergoes beta elimination reaction. Alpha halogen and beta hydrogen eliminate to gives alkenes, but tertiary sodium borohydride can able to reduce secondary and tertiary alkyl halides into corresponding hydrocarbons, corresponding alkanes. What about a triphenyl tin hydride? This PH3SNH, triphenyl tin hydride, SN plus H minus. It is a good reducing agent. It reduces primary alkyl halides, secondary alkyl halides, and tertiary alkyl halides into corresponding into alkanes, dear students. So this is the reduction of alkyl halides into alkanes. So here we are using different types of reducing agents. The reducing agents are some important reducing agents are electron transfer reducing agents. And another important reducing agents are hydrogen transfer reducing agent. Hydrogen, it acts as a nucleophile H minus. It acts as a nucleophile as well as a base. So in LaH, lithium aluminum hydride, when tertiary alkyl halide is present, that hydrogen acts as a base. It undergoes dehydrohalogenation and forms alkenes. Whereas in primary and secondary alkyl halides, then it hydrogen transferred, replaced by the Cl minus, it acts as a nucleophile and to produce corresponding alkanes. Okay, dear student, this is about reduction of alkyl halides. So whenever metal and acids, metals in the presence of acids are in the presence of base and alcohols, and the metal releases electrons. For example, this it is release to produce X minus. It undergoes homolytic cleavage, then R and X free electrons will be present. That electrons will be accepted by, otherwise it undergoes heterolytic cleavage. Then the X minus and R plus will forms. Then R plus accepting electrons from the metal and converted into 2 electrons, it will accept, then converted into R minus. Okay, and this from acids are in solvents and able to produce H plus ions, hydride ions. Then it is converted into RH. Okay, dear students. So zinc HCl or zinc acetic acid, zinc sodium hydroxide, ethyl alcohol, these are the important reducing agents. They are the reducing agents transfer electrons to the metal, means in that metal transfer electrons to the alkyl halides. Okay, but lithium aluminum hydride, sodium borohydride, and triphenyl tin hydride are the reducing agents. They transfer hydride ions. They transfers hydride ions. Hydride ion transfer reducing agents. Okay, dear students, and let's go for another method from alkyl halides converted into alkanes when treated with the metals. That is called Wurtz reaction and cross-Wurtz reaction, as well as a Core-House reaction. These three we need to discuss. Among that, Core-House reaction and Wurtz reactions as well as cross-Wurtz reactions are very, very important for NEET and JEE and CET examination. Okay, dear students, let's see that from alkyl halides. From alkyl halides, this RX. So the first reaction is Wurtz reaction. Wurtz reaction. So in this Wurtz reaction, the main important the reagent is sodium metal we are using. Sodium metal in the presence of dry ether solvent we are using. Instead of dry ether, moisturized ether if you are used, then what happens? Instead of formation of alkanes, then the product becomes alcohols. The product becomes alcohols. Let's see, dear students, Wurtz reaction. alkyl halides, symmetrical alkyl halides, 2 moles of symmetrical alkyl halides we need to take when reacts with sodium metal in the presence of dry ether. The presence of dry ether, and this Rx undergoes homolytic cleavage and forms free radical intermediates, and the sodium transfer electrons and converted into R bond or new carbon and carbon single bond will forms and to forms NaX. So dry ether we need to use instead of dry ether. If moisturized ether, if you are used Rx, whatever it may be, 2 moles of Na, and moisturized ether you are using. Sometimes like this also they are asking question. Don't confuse. Dry ether only we need to use. Moisturized ether if you are used, then it is reacts. Moisturized means water is present, then it reacts with sodium metal and forms sodium hydroxide, aqueous. Okay, then it acts as a nucleophile, then it undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction. It undergoes SN, nucleophilic substitution reaction, and the product is alcohol is the product. Okay, if dry ether only used, then we are getting alkanes. Okay, dear students. So in this Wurtz reaction also very important, the alkyl halide. This alkyl halide should be primary and secondary alkyl halides only involved in Wurtz reaction. For example, primary alkyl halide I am taking CH3 bond CH2 bond Cl, react with sodium metal in the presence of dry ether and to forms these 2 carbons, then double means 4 carbons containing alkane is the product. And CH3. Now it has 4 carbons. Okay, dear students, and it is also even number of carbons only always will get the product. That is symmetrical alkanes only the product. Okay. For example, CH3 bond Cl you are used. Then it is in the presence of dry ether, sodium metal and dry ether, the product is ethane, CH3 bond CH3, 2 carbons. So even number of carbons containing alkanes only the product. This is primary alkyl halide. If secondary alkyl halide you are used, then it is nothing but secondary alkyl halide, 2-chloropropane if you use the Wurtz reaction. Then the product is new carbon and carbon bonds, 2 isopropyl groups will be present. Both the isopropyl groups will be connected like this. Now its name is 2 isopropyl groups containing alkane is the formed, means the corresponding alkyl halide is isopropyl chloride or isobutyl bromide, whatever it may be. Iso-alkyl halide we need to take. Now its name is 2,3 dimethyl butane. 2,3 dimethyl butane. Instead of this is secondary alkyl halide. Instead of secondary alkyl halide or primary alkyl halide, if you are used tertiary alkyl halide, like then what happens? Let's see, dear students. If tertiary alkyl halide you are used and sodium metal and dry ether, then it undergoes elimination reaction. Elimination and dehydrohalogenation. Then it is called beta elimination reaction, and one hydrogen atom, beta hydrogen and alpha halogen, it will last, and the products are alkenes. So alkenes are the products, dear students. You have to remember. So in Wurtz reaction, only primary and secondary alkyl halides only involving in a Wurtz reaction, and dry ether is the solvent. Dry ether only, dry condition ether only we have used as a solvent, and we are producing and we are getting only symmetrical or even number of carbon atoms containing alkanes are the products. Odd number of alkanes like 1 carbon and 3 carbons, 5 carbons containing alkanes we cannot prepare in a Wurtz reaction. Wurtz reaction, and methane CH4 also we cannot be prepared. Okay, dear students. Okay, it's very clear. And mechanism, if you observe that the mechanism, if you observe that how that mechanism will be present, dear students. For example, alkyl halides. Okay, it undergoes homolytic cleavage and produce R radical and X radical, and sodium metal Okay, sodium metal loss electron and forms Na plus and one electron it will forms. That electron will be accepted by X minus. So that Na plus X radical plus one electron and produce NaX. Okay, and R radical plus another R radical and to produce R bond R. So the free radicals are the formed as a intermediates, dear students. So for solving NEET and JEE, just what kind of free radicals or reaction intermediates are forming, that points we need to remember, and immediately how to remember the products and how that reactants are converted into products. That clean observation is very, very important. Then we can identify very easily products, and conditions also we have to remember. Okay, then we can solve very easily objective questions from organic chemistry. Okay, dear students. Now, okay, the same number of alkyl halides, symmetrical alkyl halides means 2 moles of same alkyl halides are involving, then we are getting symmetrical alkenes. If different alkyl halides are involved, then how many products will form, and that reaction is called what? Okay, then let's see, dear students, that is called as cross-Wurtz reaction. That is called as a cross-Wurtz reaction. Okay, cross-Wurtz reaction means different alkyl halides we need to use. For example, one carbon containing alkyl halide is methyl chloride, another 2 carbons containing alkyl halide, that is ethyl chloride, if I used in the presence of 2 moles of sodium metal and a dry ether. Okay, dry ether. Then the product is, for example, only methyl chloride molecules undergo self Wurtz reaction and produce CH3 bond CH3. Okay, only ethyl will be involved, then forms CH3 bond CH2 bond CH2 bond CH3. As well as otherwise one methyl chloride and ethyl chloride react with each other and forms CH3 bond CH2 bond CH3. These two, above two are the self products, like aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation type, self products, and this is cross product. Okay, and it is 2 carbons, and it is 4 carbons, and it is 3 carbons containing alkanes are the products. So because it is 1 carbon and it is 2 carbons, 1 carbon and 1 carbon involved in Wurtz reaction, that forms 2 carbons product. 2 and 2, 4 carbons product. 1 and 2 forms 3 carbons product. So mixture of how many products are forming? Mixtures, 3 products are forming. And these 3 products, if you observe that their variation in their molecular masses is very less. So 3, 4, 2 like that, 2, 3, 4. So that difference in their molecular mass is very, very less. That's why their boiling point difference is also very less. Then the separation of this mixture of alkanes is very difficult. That's why this cross-Wurtz reaction is not significant that much. Okay, dear student, this is about a cross-Wurtz reaction. Let's see some applications related to Wurtz reaction, dear students. So for example, here chlorine is present and here chlorine is present, involved in sodium and dry ether, sodium metal and dry ether. What is the product? The product is, just you have to imagine that the 2 alkyl halide halogen attached alkyl groups are present in the same molecule. Then here forms one free radical and here form one free radical. Both you have to connect, then we will get bicyclic compound. Okay, and this is the product. The same way, 1,3 dichlorocyclobutane in Wurtz reaction, and also will get a cyclic product. Okay, bicyclic product will forms. Okay, these are the previously they are asked in NEET and JEE examination, dear students. Okay, these are the Wurtz reaction applications. Now in Wurtz reaction, it is not possible to preparation of a odd number of carbon atoms containing alkanes. So odd number of carbon atoms containing alkanes we are unable to preparing. Then how to prepare odd number of carbon atoms containing alkanes? So for that problem can be solved by Core's reaction, Core's house reaction, and they are used one organometallic reagent, OMCs. Organometallic reagent means alkyl groups are attached to the metals. Those are called as organometallic compounds like Grignard reagent, alkyl magnesium halide, and dialkyl lithium cuprate, R2CuLi. Dialkyl lithium cuprate is known as Gilman's reagent. The Gilman's reagent used by Cores, and he prepared different types of alkanes. Either odd number of alkanes he prepared as well as even number of alkanes also he prepared. That's why that reaction is known as a Cores-House reaction. Let's see, dear students, what is Cores-House reaction. So the next one is Cores-House reaction. This Cores-House reaction, here the important reagent is dialkyl lithium cuprate, R2CuLi. Dialkyl lithium cuprate is known as Gilman's reagent. Gilman's reagent. Okay, dear students. So now this Gilman's reagent, the alkyl group acts as a nucleophile. Alkyl group, it acts as a nucleophile. Okay. Now, for example, R-X, alkyl halides reacts with Gilman's reagent, R2CuLi, and forms this R is this alkyl halide is primary and secondary alkyl halide only. But this R is, this alkyl group is primary, secondary, or tertiary, whatever it may be, it is applicable. So then the resultant product is R dash bond R plus RCu, alkyl copper and lithium halide is the byproduct. So the main product is alkanes. So in this method we can prepare either even number or odd number of carbon atoms containing alkanes we can prepare, but methane we cannot prepare, and CH4 cannot be prepared. Okay, dear students, CH4 cannot be prepared. Okay, let's see, dear students. For example, R dash is CH3 bond Cl, and this R2 is also CH3 twice CuLi, and the product is CH3 bond CH3. Okay, now this is CH3 bond CH2 bond Cl, and this is CH3 twice CuLi. Then the product is 3 carbons containing alkane, CH3 bond CH2 bond CH3. Okay, now this is CH3 bond CH bond Cl bond CH3, secondary alkyl chloride. Okay, we are used. Then it is reacts with whatever it may be, either secondary or tertiary. CH3 bond C bond CH3 bond CH3. Like tertiary butyl, di-tertiary butyl lithium cuprate, CuLi we are using. Then the resultant product is okay, this is one alkyl group, this secondary. Now it is connected with tertiary alkyl group, CH3 bond CH3 bond CH3. This is the final product, dear student. That's why this Cores-House reaction advantage is we can prepare. You want to prepare alkyl group means that tertiary alkyl group you want means the tertiary alkyl group should be attached with the Gilman's reagent only. But alkyl halides only primary and secondary alkyl halides will involve. For example, reverse is present. The reverse means, for example, you are used that alkyl halide is tertiary butyl chloride, CH3 bond CH3. Then we are used CH3 twice CuLi. Then no reaction, does not forms alkane, so it undergoes elimination. Okay, it undergoes beta elimination and produce alkenes are the product. This is the alkene is the product, because the tertiary alkyl halide always involves in elimination reaction. Involved in a elimination reaction. So you want to introduce the tertiary alkyl group means you have to take in a Gilman's reagent. That's why alkyl halides. What kind of alkyl halides are involving the students? Primary and secondary alkyl halides involving in Gilman reacts with Gilman's reagent. The Gilman's reagent, the alkyl group R may be primary or secondary or tertiary, it is applicable and produce corresponding alkanes are the products. Okay, dear student, this is about preparation methods of alkanes by using alkyl halides, alkyl halides. Okay, dear students, and let's go for next important preparation method, dear students. That important preparation method is, the third one is from salts of carboxylic acids. Salts of carboxylic acids. Okay, so what type of salts we are using, how that carboxylic acids are converted into corresponding alkanes. So the first one is decarboxylation. Decarboxylation means loss of a CO2 group. So here the decarboxylating agent is soda lime. The soda lime is the mixture of NaOH plus calcium oxide. This mixture is known as soda lime. It will be useful for the removing of CO2 group from salts of carboxylic acids. For example, general equation RCOONA. Sodium salts of carboxylic acids are treated with NaOH and the calcium oxide is on heating. Then this group it will comes out and to forms RH plus Na2CO3. So the reactant has N+1 carbons and the product has N carbon atoms are present. So one carbon atom less containing products will form yesterday. So that one carbon atom is came outside in the form of a carbon dioxide, CO2. Na2CO3 is on heating, it is converted into Na2O, sodium oxide and carbon dioxide. That's why it is called as decarboxylation reaction. So in this method, CH4 we can prepare. For example, sodium acetate, CH3COO Na. Okay, it reacts with NaOH, calcium oxide is on heating, the product is CH4, methane is the product. For example, CH3 CH2 CONA, sodium propanoate, under the same conditions, then the product is ethane. Okay, dear students, for example, benzene you have to take the benzene attached to COONA means sodium benzoate, means benzoic acid is treated with metals, sodium metal, and we are getting sodium benzoate is on the same condition, then the COONA group will comes outside, then the hydrocarbon corresponding is benzene will get. For example, one phenyl ethanoic sodium ethanoate or sodium acetate. In the same condition, the CO2 group will comes outside, the product is methyl benzene or toluene will get. Okay, dear students, I hope you understood. So decarboxylation. So here the decarboxylating agent is soda lime. The soda lime is the mixture of NaOH and CaO, calcium oxide mixture. Okay, then we are getting corresponding hydrocarbons. So alkyl sodium salts of carboxylic acids you are used, then we are getting alkanes are the products. Okay, so that CONA group will comes outside. For example, CH3 bond CH, double bond CH, bond CH2 bond COO, and like some organic compound is there, is treated with soda lime, then this CONA group will comes outside and here hydrogen will be added. Then the corresponding product is CH3 CH double bond CH bond CH3 butene is the product. Like so corresponding hydrocarbons are the products. So by using this method we can prepare the alkanes. So another method is coal base electrolysis reaction. Okay dear students, so the another important method is coal base electrolysis reaction. Electrolysis reaction. So in this coal base electrolysis reaction, the reactants are sodium or potassium salts of carboxylic acids. So the 2 moles of sodium or potassium salts of carboxylic acids you have to take, dear student, RCOONA. So here this reaction mechanism is taking place in free radical intermediates they will form. Is on hydrolysis in acidic medium or in basic medium. Is on a electrolysis in acidic medium or in a basic medium. So the R is alkyl group, different types of alkyl groups. Okay, dear students. So now it undergoes free radicals. Then it will be cleavage. And the alkyl groups will goes to anode. Okay, and it undergoes oxidation to produce alkanes. So R bond R and 2 moles of CO2 carbon dioxide they forms at anode. And another products are NaOH. 2 moles of NaOH plus H2 they forms at a cathode. If R is equals to CH3 groups, then the product is CH3 bond CH3 is the product. Okay, dear students, R is equals to CH3 bond CH2 ethyl group, then the product is CH3 bond CH2 bond CH2 bond CH3. Butane or N-butane is the product. So in this reaction also CH4 methane cannot be prepared. Methane is cannot be prepared, dear students. Only symmetrical higher alkanes only we can prepare. For example, different alkyl groups are involved. Then it is called as a cross coal base reaction. Okay, dear students, what is cross coal base reaction? Cross coal base reaction or cross coal base electrolysis reaction. Cross coal base electrolysis reaction means the one is sodium acetate and the second one is sodium propanoate. Then is on electrolysis. Then the product is, what are the products, dear students? So it undergoes cross reaction. Like the cross products are CH3 bond CH3 plus CH3 bond CH2 bond CH2 bond CH3, and another product is CH3 bond CH2 bond CH3. So these two are self products. Self product, and this is a cross product. And the byproducts are carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas and NaOH will form. So NaOH and hydrogen gas will be formed at a cathode, and at anode alkanes and carbon dioxide will be formed at anode. Okay, dear students, this is about coal base electrolysis reaction. So carboxylic acids, by using carboxylic acids we are prepared alkanes by the two methods. One is decarboxylation, the second one is a coal base electrolysis method or coal base electrolysis reaction. Okay, dear students, let's go for some another important methods also be present. Those are preparation of alkanes by the reducing agent is hydrogen iodide. Hydrogen iodide is a good reducing agent. It reduces alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, okay, and carboxylic acids into corresponding alkanes. And another important reactions are Clemmensen reducing agent and Clemmensen reduction and Wolff-Kishner reduction and Grignard reagent. By using Grignard reagent also we can prepare the alkanes. Okay, let's see, dear students, we'll discuss about those reactions. So the first one is reduction. Reduction with HI, hydrogen iodide. So the HI is a good reducing agent. It reduces alcohols. It reduces alcohols, hydrogen iodide in the presence of red phosphorus into corresponding alkanes and aldehydes and ketones, and carboxylic acids. They are converted into corresponding alkanes, RCH3, then here RCH2 bond R, and another one is RCH3, like we'll get. So here HI, reducing agent is the HI. It will able to produce how many nascent hydrogens, dear students? So it will, we need to use 2 moles of HI. Then the product is RH and 2H2O and I2 will form. And here 4 moles of HI is required. In the presence of red phosphorus is converted into CH3R. The C double bond O group is converted into CH3, means corresponding alkane, and the byproducts are water and iodine. Okay, and here also for HI, because C double bond O group is converted into CH2, and COOH converted into alkanes, means 6 moles of HI is required, and it is converted into CH3 plus 2H2O plus 3I2. This is about hydrogen iodide is a good reducing agent. Then it reduces alcohols into corresponding alkanes and aldehydes into alkanes, ketones into alkanes, and carboxylic acids into alkanes. Okay, dear students. And next important preparation methods of alkanes from carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds converted into alkanes in the presence of zinc amalgam HCl or hydrazine base. Okay, if zinc amalgam HCl are used, then it is called as Clemmensen reducing agent, and hydrazine base you are used, then it is called as Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction. Okay, let's see, dear students, from carbonyl compounds. One is Clemmensen reducing agent. Here the reducing agent is zinc amalgam HCl, means the reducing agent is in acidic medium, so it affects acid labile groups. So the side effects is acid, it affects acid labile groups. Okay, so for example, aldehydes and ketones is on reduction, nascent hydrogen, zinc amalgam HCl is produces nascent hydrogens, so then it is converted into corresponding alkanes. So RC double bond OH is converted into RCH3 plus H2O, and this is also RCH2 bond R plus H2O. Means in this reaction, what happening, dear students, especially the C double bond O group is converted into CH2. Okay, and another important reducing agent is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction. Okay, here the reducing agent is base, means hydrazine. Hydrazine, in the presence of base, you have to use KOH, and the solvent is ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is the solvent. Okay, it affects base level groups, basic level groups. Basic level groups, it will be effects. So same, this RC double bond OH aldehydes are ketones. First, this hydrazine, it reacts with carbonyl groups, undergoes, it reacts with nucleophilic addition followed by elimination of water to form amines. RC double bond, N bond, NH2 will forms. Okay. And produce NH2, amine will be produced, then loss of water. Same. And is on in the presence of base, and ethylene glycol is the solvent, then it is converted into loss of N2, loss of N2, and converted into corresponding alkane. R CH2 bond R. Okay, dear student, this is about Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction. Now I will give you some important applications related to Clemmensen and Wolff-Kishner reduction reactions. Let's see, dear students. For example, one important reactant is, the reactant has C double bond O CH3 group is present, and at para position NO2 substituent is present, and at meta position COO CH3 ester functional group is present. Okay, the first one is, you have to use zinc amalgam HCl. Okay, zinc amalgam HCl. What is the product? And the second one is, you have to use hydrazine base KOH, and ethylene glycol is the solvent, or ethyl alcohol, whatever it may be. Then what is the product? Okay, dear students, so now this reaction is in acidic medium. That acidic medium is NO2 group. In this reaction, NO2 group is converted into NH2, and this acid ester COO CH3 group is converted into acids. Okay, esters are converted into acids, and the C double bond O group is converted into CH2. So the final product is NH2 and COOH will get. Next, in basic medium, this Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, it COOCH3, that esters will be hydrolyzed in a basic medium also. Then it is converted into COOH, and this C double bond O group is converted into CH2, and NO2 group does not affect. NO2 group cannot reduce. NO2 group cannot reduce. Okay, dear students, now the corresponding final product will be present like this. NO2 and COOH. Okay, dear students, these are the important applications related to Wolff-Kishner and Clemmensen reduction reaction. Let's see, in the same way, I will give you one more example, dear students. The one more example is, for example, C double bond O CH3, and here CH2 bond CH2 bond N quaternary amine is present, like. Okay, now the first one is zinc amalgam HCl. Okay, the second one is hydrazine base, followed by in the presence of ethylene glycol solvent. If the zinc amalgam HCl, it does not affect quaternary amine salt. Okay, but in the basic medium, quaternary amine salts undergoes beta elimination. This beta elimination is known as a Hoffman elimination reaction. Beta elimination forms alkenes. Okay, forms alkenes. So now the resultant product will be that first one in the Clemmensen reduction. The product is only carbonyl group will be affected. Then the C double bond O group is converted into CH2, and that quaternary amine salts as it is. Okay, in that basic medium, that C double bond O carbonyl group will be converted into CH2, and here this hydrogen, it will be eliminated and it will comes outside. Then the product is CH double bond CH2 plus this salt will comes outside. Okay, then eliminate. This is elimination is known as Hoffman elimination reaction, dear students. In the same way, for example, one more example, dear students. Alkyl halide group is present. Okay, the first one is Clemmensen. Then alkyl halide does not affect, and the product is the CHO aldehyde is converted into CH3, and ethyl halide as it is will be present. But in Wolff-Kishner, this alkyl halide undergoes beta elimination reaction. Means this hydrogen and this bromine, in the presence of bromine base, basic medium, dehydrohalogenation will take place, converted into CH double bond CH2 will forms, and it is the substance will be as it is, will be present. Now the final product is CH3 and CH double bond CH2 will comes. These are the important applications related to Wolff-Kishner and Clemmensen reduction reactions. Okay, dear students. And last important preparation methods of alkanes is from Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent. Okay, the Grignard reagent. Let's see what is the general representation of Grignard reagent, dear students. Alkyl magnesium halides. So here R minus. This R minus means alkyl group having negative charge. It acts as a nucleophile and base. Okay, so whenever Grignard reagent, this RMgX acts as base in presence of acidic proton, H plus ions, means acidic proton containing compounds forms alkanes. Okay, dear students, for example, Grignard reagent is alkyl group. You have to take CH3. The CH3 MgCl, it reacts with acidic proton containing compounds like water. The water has H plus ions. So this H plus ion, the CH3 minus, it abstract to the H plus ions and produce CH4, and the byproduct is MgOHCl. The same way it react with NH3. NH3 will be ionized to give H plus and NH2 minus and produce CH4. Okay, and the byproduct is MgNH2Cl. The same way alcohols. The alcohols H plus RO minus. Okay, and the product is CH4. This R is equal to CH3, then CH4 will get. R is different group, then corresponding alkane will get. Then Mg or Cl is the byproduct. Okay, dear students, when alcohols, when reacts with acids, carboxylic acids, O, C double bond O, R, then the product is alkane will forms. R group is converted into RH. So the general reaction in the presence of proton source like Z, where Z is equals to OH group or NH2 minus or OR minus and acids like that. Okay, or the Z is terminal alkanes. The terminal alkanes having acidic proton. Okay, like different groups and producing CH4. Then MgO C double bond O R Cl. And if it is terminal alkanes, it react and produce new Grignard reagent. The new Grignard reagent is RC triple bond C minus and MgCl. This is the new Grignard reagent. Alkynyl magnesium chloride. It is a new Grignard reagent. Okay, it will help to preparation of higher alkynes. For example, this new Grignard reagent is again reacts with alkyl halides CH3Cl. Again, it undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction. The product is R C triple bond C bond CH3 plus MgCl2 will get. So higher alkanes are the products. So these are the different methods for the preparation of alkanes. Okay, dear students, thank you for all. In the next class, we will discuss about the properties of alkanes. Okay.